diving into part 4 of our Smart Music series, and this should wrap up the last part, which is talking mostly about the gradebook. So we've set up classes, we've created templates for assignments, we have our own content we've used. If you missed any of that, it's video 1, 2, and 3. We can also search for more music using this column here on this panel, and we're going to come up to this waffle and give that a click. We don't need our home or find music, but we are going to look at the tools that are featured in this little area right here. So first I'm going to look at units, and units is a tool if we want to sort of group assignments together. So I made a trial unit, right? I'm going to click on it and I can just title it trial. It gave me the option to save that title. Okay. And it says to get started, click on the assignment with the plus. So let's say I wanted to put this assignment into that thing I'm calling trial. There we go. I'm going to put this in there as well because it came from a method book. And so let's say I wanted to do a series of exercises from a method book for our students to use. Well, we can pile them in here now that we've made those assignments, and then we go assign unit, and we pick which class period it's going to go to. Obviously my beginning band class. Maybe we want to hear the first 10 lines of a method book done by the 28th of August. And then you can choose to allow late submissions. And so what that's going to do is it's going to actually bulk assign assignments for students as long as you group them in a unit instead of you releasing them one at a time. Next, we're going to look at class tools. And this just brings us into that grading scale and stuff. So it's another way to get to that class tools. I went through the assign normally that was here, but you can also get to it there. All right, and then we're going to look at admin. Unless you are the administrator for the district's account, admin doesn't really help that much. I'm actually the administrator, so I'll be able to see more on it than other people, but you'll be able to see your seats that are left available to your students. So we're going to look at the last 2 features that are in this little waffle, and that's going to be practice analysis and gradebook. So practice analysis is going to be a breakdown graph for us to see. And right now, because this is a fresh class, I don't have any students to show. But what it'll do is it'll give me this dark purple graph for the amount of minutes that students are practicing using this. Student weekly, class weekly. And then it totals all the classes together. Exploration is when the students are out just clicking randomly on Smart Music and trying songs that we didn't assign them. And then it gives you the combined minute total. And you can do that for all classes. I can change it. I'd be like, I just want to know like how long have my beginning band kids practice, and then you click on it and it says all 0. Now we know. And you can look today, last week, during a grading period. So if you have it set up quarterly and you just want to be looking to see, hey, this practice. The other tool with this is this students. Like, so student A said, I practiced like every day and I use Smart Music all the time. I don't know why I'm failing. And then you pull up and you'll be able to pick your section and student A, and then you'd be able to see that it said all 0s because student A never logged in. So that's really cool because it gives you literally that graph to show, and it's a quick overglance. You can put 2 graphs up out of context and show first period versus second period or something. These people keep practicing more than each other to kind of rally the kids. And then if they looked at assigned content, what would happen here is you would see song titles of things that they clicked on that we gave them as teachers. If you click on explored content, these are songs that the kids look at. So like, you know, Star Wars is going to make its appearance on here because they decided to look that up. Or maybe a song that they played in the past and they're like, oh, I really want to hear that song again. So explored content, those would be things. And it's kind of a way for us to see what interests our students, like what they're clicking on for their own fun. And maybe that's something that we then find and want to share with our students as well. And then awards, it'll show the details of students. If we have these awards set up, which students actually earned those. Practice analysis, and that's kind of a fun thing to share with both like the students and parents, and it gives us a nice broad picture without having to look at the kids like individual on every assignment. Speaking of individual on every assignment, the gradebook does have an export option. So in here what we'll see is select a class at this top quarter, beginning band, and I've only made 1 assignment for them, and it was crosswinds, as you see here. And so students would populate here. Their names are basically going to move down this area. This is an arrow, I promise. There we go. And the assignments are going to go this way. And as they do them, it'll put their score, it'll populate their score for them in their percentage. So if a student got a 91 and then they got a 92 on there, or if they got a 48, whatever, right, you're going to see their scores for each one. And then if they missed a deadline, a big X fills its space like that so that you can see how the students are scoring. It's hard to show you without this because this becomes a little box and stuff. We can choose to see them as percents or as points. So if I want to just move this over quickly, typing it by points is probably the way that I would go, but if we're going to enter things as percents, we can also do that. And then export, we'll be able to download that as an Excel sheet to, like, if you want to have a printout paper copy as well. At this current time, it doesn't automatically splice over into our LMS, but like if it does, don't worry, I'll tell everyone. And that's, I think, the basics of it. For any other questions, feel free to reach out and I'm happy to help make tutorials. Thanks for watching this 4-part smart music series.